Welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipski, your host. Last time I showed you how to make Thai curry. Today I'll be showing you how to make a special type of soup, a very delicious, healthy soup. This recipe was passed down to me from my mom. Thanks, Mom. It's called, well, at least I call it, because I really don't have a name for it, we'll call it the South Asian Japanese noodle soup. The reason I call that is because of the type of ingredient we'll be using. So let's begin. So the ingredient you'll need is Japanese noodle, soup stock, beef flavor, or chicken flavor is fine too. You would need a chicken. I use chicken drumstick for now because I don't have the whole chicken. You actually need a whole chicken, fresh whole chicken, and then you chop it up in about rectangular or square piece about this size. Okay, and then you would have to put it in a pot with water. Okay, so you put this fresh cut up chicken, put it in the pot and add water to it, right? And you boil it, right? For now, we're gonna use the chicken drumstick, and then we're gonna add the chicken broth. Okay, so we're gonna cheat a little bit by adding this. Normally, I don't do that if it's a fresh chicken. You also need onion. Okay, like I said, I love onion, so I always put onion in mine. And you would also need garlic. Now we're gonna use garlic as afterward taste. It's gonna be fried. Okay, in sizzle in oil. All right, that's about it. And of course, you need the oil. All right, so let's begin. The first thing we're gonna do is I just add water. You know, this amount. You know, about 250 milliliter of water, or between 250 to 400 milliliter of water into this pot. I'm gonna just heat it up, let it boil. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add the chicken broth into this pot, and then we're gonna add the chicken later. Okay. Okay. In the meantime, while the water is boiled, right? We are going to chop up the chicken. Okay. So really, what you want is you just want to loosen up the meat and the bone. So you need a bigger knife than this, but anyway, you just break it up. Okay, and then maybe you want to slice through the meat. Now this is frozen chicken drum, so that's why it's harder to do. So I'm breaking it apart to loosen it, so you can see that it's actually more loose. I'm going to put that into the soup. Okay. So you want the bone marrow to come out. That's what you want. All right. So let's do that for this one. And just slice in. Really, what we want is the bone marrow to go into the soup to get the flavor. Chop up the meat, slice it up, and then hit it down. Okay, as you can see, the water is boiling. I'm going to add the chicken broth. Like I said, normally you don't really need chicken broth if you have a fresh whole chicken and you chop it up. Okay, but today, because I was using frozen drumstick, the flavor might not come out. It may not taste as fresh. So what we're going to do is just cheat a little bit. We're going to add chicken broth into the soup base and let it boil up again. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to add the chicken, and then of course the onion, which dice the onion in there. And then of course we're going to add the soup stock. This time I'm going to add beef flavor. Okay, now let's dice up the onion and wash it first. Get rid of the yellow brown covering of the onion. We just want the white yellow part. Okay? Not the dry covering of the onion. Like beneath that part. Okay, wash it up, and then the onion is going to act as a flavor as well. So what we want to do is just cut in half. And then cut into quarters, like that. Okay. And you probably need about three onions. Okay. We'll keep on doing that. Chicken that we chopped up into the chicken broth and water. Okay, so you can see the steam. I'm going to add it in. Allow it to sit for about 10 minutes. Okay? You might want to put a cover on top of it to let it steam the top and bottom as well. So let it cook. Turn the heat down to medium-high. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Then what you want to do is now add the onion, okay, as well as the beef stock. Okay, once you do these two, when you add these two, you want to wait for another 20 to 30 minutes because you want the chicken to be well cooked. Alright? In the meantime, we're going to try to chop up the garlic. Okay, this is on a separate pot. We're going to fry this. Okay, now we're going to dice up the garlic. Let's wash it up first. Make sure it's clean. So dice up to a very tiny. Actually, what I like to do is cut it into a longitudinal section. Okay. Doesn't really matter how you do it, but we're going to add it later to the ingredient. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes since I put the chicken into the chicken broth, right? So now what I want to do is just add the onion that I diced up, put it in there. Mix them up a little bit. Make sure the onions are soaked into the soup. Okay. Then what you want to do is add the the beef stock flavored soup. Okay. You could also use chicken as well. So how much do you need? I would say about 3 or 4 tablespoons. Okay, so let's add 1, 2, let's do 3 for now, and then we'll try 3. And then we mix them up. If you find that the broth there's not enough, you might want to add a little bit more water to the soup base. Okay, you let this heat up in a medium-high for about another 20 minutes. So if there's not enough water, like I said, just add more water to it. Okay, just maybe another 100 milliliter of water. This soup will probably be for a family of 3 or 4. So let it sit for 20 minutes. Okay, so far this is what it looks like after about 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna wait another 15 minutes until the chicken is properly cooked. But you can see the onion within the chicken broth, and you can see the chicken, and of course I already added in the beef stock flavored ingredient in there as well. So wait another 15 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fry the garlic that we chopped up. So you need about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. Okay, that's about 2 or 3. I think 2 should be enough. I'm just adding a bit more here. Okay, and let it heat up until you see a little bit of gas coming out, or some kind of vapor from the oil. And then we're just going to dump these, or at least put some of the garlic in there. You want to put enough for each of the bowl. Okay, so about a handful into there, fry it up, and then once you have the Japanese noodle soup ready, you just put on top of it. Alright, I'll show you after I fry the garlic. Okay, let's give this a try. This has already been 20 minutes, so I'm going to just try the flavor. And I find it's a little bit salty. So what you want to do is add a bit more water, right? Okay, to the soup, and let it boil more. Okay, so you can see the oil sizzling a bit. Let's just add a bit of the garlic. Okay. Again, you want it to be light brown to golden brown, and we take it out. Okay, we're going to put this on top of the Japanese noodle soup. So light brown to golden brown. Alright, let's put them all in there. Okay, as you can see, it's the garlic is turning yellow, golden brown or light brown. That's pretty much what you want. Okay. And then once it's done, you want to transfer into a plate, right? And then just use it. Take a teaspoon or tablespoon and put it on top of the Japanese noodle soup, the South Asian Japanese noodle soup. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes, so it should be okay. I think I would, you might want to add another 5-10 minutes to make sure, like I said, the chicken to cook properly, to boil up properly. But I think it's already cooked. But anyway, you might want to again add another 5-10 minutes to it. So overall, the boiling of the chicken broth and chicken onion and the beef flavored soup base is about 40 minutes. Okay, so let's give it a try again, see how it tastes. I already add a lot of water, like maybe another 200 milliliter of water into it. Okay, so see if it's not so salty this time. Perfect. My goodness, beautiful. All right, now we are ready to add the Japanese noodle. What you want to do is you want to put it in, and with a special thong, you want to pull it out right away. Okay? So you want to dump it, the Japanese noodle soup, into it for about a couple of minutes, maybe maximum 2 minutes, and then pull it out and put into your bowl soup. So let's do that. Not enough space here. Okay, so let's put in the Japanese noodle. Okay, Japanese noodle. It comes in a package, so it's already pre-made. Okay, grab the whole thing out. Just be careful not to break the noodle. Dump it in there quickly and grab it out in about 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so let's put it in there. And you want to give it a little bit of stir. Okay, you can see. Okay, we'll wait about 1 or 2 minutes. Let the noodle loosen. We'll grab it out, take it out. Cover it. Now the soup should be in a medium power, low to medium. Right, so that's been about 1 or 2 minutes. So first what I'm going to do is going to add the soup into my bowl. It's a bit of maybe 1 or 2 scoops of soup. Then, with my tongue, I'm going to grab the noodle I just put in. You see that? Just perfect. Just be careful not that it might splash on you. So put it into your soup bowl. Okay, I hope I can get all of them that I put in, but it's alright if you don't. Just try your best to get it out. I'm going to put 1 chicken in my soup. I like when it was 5 chicken in here, so it's okay. I took 1 out. So this meal is good for, I guess, because I add a lot of water because it was a bit salty to dilute it. This meal probably can be for about 4 people. Family of 4. Okay, put some onion in there as well. There we go. Okay, and the last piece, of course, is remember the garlic that we fried. Okay, all you have to do now is just add on top of that. Okay, just a bit on top of that. And there we go. We're done. Now let's give it a try. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so you can see there is my chicken, my onion in there, the fried garlic, and there's a Japanese noodle, and of course the soup base. Okay, let's give this noodle a try. Thank you, Jesus, for the food. Alright, let's give it a try and see if this food is worth the taste. It smells good though, I have to say. It smells really good. It's hot, be careful. Wow! I mean, this is the best noodle soup ever.